Look, I'm a bit of a brow burden. Hang on to far too much. I have every mobile phone I've ever owned there, from the giant bricks to the smaller ones. I did not necessarily think my ties would make the dynamic Museum of Democracy here in the middle of Canberra. I think I've donated 150, is it? So the ties, yes, I used them as door openers, as rungs on the ladder to show that it was more to me than a farming background in the Riverina. So when I gave my maiden speech in the federal parliament, I just wanted people to know I was busy and had helped various causes before, during and since. Anyone who knows their game would know this is the Royal Flying Doctor Service. Many out there beyond the bright lights of the parliamentary triangle would have some empathy with that. At other times I chose to wear army ties because at that time there was only late Peter White, magnificent Graham Edwards, myself from Vietnam, and most the World War II ones had moved on. And it was another point of distinction. And I was proud of the fact it was Royal Australian Regiment, it was 1st Battalion, it was infantry. And so often or not I would wear this tie, which also happened to be the colours broadly of the National Party at the time. The tie I wear this day is one I haven't gifted because it relates to Florence, the Cross of Florence, and my period as ambassador in Rome, a great 1,000 days I spent in Rome after Parliament. Originally, on a Monday night, with my father, we'd drive 4 kilometres into Boree Creek to meet the rail motor at 6:52. To see this big searchlight on a CPH rust red rail motor come round the corner and the rails begin to hum as a young kid, to buy the Sunday newspaper with the comics, a great level of excitement as it then hurled down the line through the night to Urannah and Oaklands. And that evoked my initial interest. It was a priority I mentioned in both my maiden speech in state and federal parliament, getting a better balance between rail and road in Australia. It's not too late to continue to push for that, and eventually we got the Australian and world's newest transcontinental from Adelaide to Darwin under the John Howard government. At all times there was method. There was certainly a degree of method as to why I wore particular ties. I was from the outer circle. I was not considered to be ordained for leadership, but backbencher, maybe middle bencher. And so I was always using the ties as markers, and I thank my ties for the uplift they gave me.